Hello and welcome to our Providence Homestead. My name's Julie and this is day 24 of a 91-day declutter challenge. This week we're working in the laundry room, and today is to declutter and clean out our drawers. And as you may remember yesterday, or if you're just joining us for the first time, yesterday was above and below your washer dryer. And what was below my washer dryer was my drawers. So I actually did this task yesterday, but that's fine. If you have drawers in your laundry room, then this is the day for you to totally empty it out, remove every part of the drawer. And that's what's a big part of decluttering, is not just opening a drawer, a cabinet, a closet and go, oh, yeah, I need everything here and everything looks fine, and closing the door. Because there are things that are hidden there that you don't remember, you haven't seen in years. And the best way to declutter any space is to totally empty it out, removing every piece of clothing, boxes, toys, whatever is in that space that you're decluttering at that time, what the task is for that day. It's important for you to totally remove it, clean that area, and then only put back on the shelf, the cabinet, the drawer, the closet, what is actually belongs there, number one, what you use and what you need. And that way you can narrow down what would be considered things that maybe has wandered into that space, but maybe belongs in a different area of your home, or something you haven't used in years and you couldn't even remember the last time you used it. You don't use it anymore. Or let's say, like we're in a laundry room, let's say you clean out a closet and you find an old iron that's in the back of one of your shelves, but not too long ago you bought a new iron because you didn't know where that iron was. Well, now's a good time to get rid of the old iron. Now, there's different ways of getting rid of it. I would encourage you, if it still functions, not to just throw it in the garbage, but maybe donate it to a local thrift store, a church or affiliate, like a hospice thrift store. That's strictly up to you what you feel comfortable donating it to. I mean, sometimes I donate to there. Sometimes I just want to put a big box up and I know I'm going past the Goodwill and I drop it off there. And I know people have different thoughts and stuff on the Goodwill system and whether or not it's there. And I'm not here to get into politics or anything like that or debate that issue. But the main point is, whatever organization you want to donate items to, that's strictly up to you. So when you are clearing out or decluttering an area, you have a pile that's strictly trash. You have a pile that is donated items, and then you may have a pile that you want to try and sell either on the local swap shop or have a garage sale or something like that. I just encourage you that if you're like having a garage sale because you want to try and recoup some of the money that you've lost, is when you plan to have your garage sale, is also call local thrift store donation centers and ask for a pickup truck to come, like say 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock that afternoon. That way whatever hasn't sold goes immediately in the truck and it's gone. If you have donated items to donate, immediately put it in your car. Next time you're past any of the donation centers you like to give your items to, then you can just pull in the parking lot and off it goes. So it's not holding on to it, because once you start holding on to the items that you've already made that decision to donate, a lot of times we have like a FOMO kind of situation where we want to start going back through it. Do I really want to get rid of this? Do I want to do this? And then it becomes a tug and war with, the decision you've already made, then it can go. That comes a big part when you start decluttering playrooms or kids' rooms, and you as the parent have made a decision that your child is now 10 years old, they don't need to hold on to, you know, a lot of the items they played with when they were 2. And sometimes it's difficult to get those items together for donation if you put them in the middle of, you know, your foyer waiting for them to go out, because then that's when your kids will see them and all of a sudden they can't live without them again. So it becomes a futile kind of task there. And I speak from personal experience where this has happened to me. So trust me, if you're going through your kids' rooms, then and you've made that decision that they've outgrown certain clothes or toys or books, and you're ready to have them have more room on their shelves for more age-appropriate books, or in their toy box more age-appropriate toys, then things have to leave in order to make room so it's not so cluttered. Now, when you get to kids that are older, then, you know, that's when you try to teach them the skills of how to declutter. And I know this has nothing to do with the laundry room, but I don't have a drawer to clean out, so I wanted to go over some things just to help encourage you to, you know, when you're decluttering, what is clutter and the process to go by in order to clutter out or declutter your home. So I did look up a definition. Now, all these are, you know, of course, it's Google, and you're trying to see what the technical term for clutter is. And I found this one, so let me read it. Clutter is anything we don't need, want, or use that takes our time, our energy, or space and destroys our serenity. It can be outgrown clothes, obsolete papers, broken toys, disliked gifts. We've all received those gifts that I don't know what the person was thinking when they got it for you, but they got it for you anyway, and you're never going to use it. You're never going to display it, that kind of thing. Meaningless activity, ancient resentments, or unsatisfying relationships. You know, you've broken up with your boyfriend, or you've ended a relationship, and you still have this item. And is that holding you back from reducing the stress in your life? Is it creating an emotional toll on you that every time you see that, you think of this person, and it's not helping you to have a peaceful, stress-free life if every time you see this item, it causes a stirring and knots in your stomach and that kind of thing. So those are items that you want to try and get rid of, you know, because it makes it better for you. Clutters a lot of things in an untidy state, especially things that are not useful or necessary. So that's kind of, you know, where, you know, you talk about clutter. When you have clutter in your home, you're either tripping over it, or you're saying, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to put this away. And it's constantly on your mind that all the tasks you need to do to put things away and get your home in order. And all that is straining on you because maybe you feel like you don't have time, or you're just exhausted at the end of the day. By doing the 91-day challenge, by starting a little bit at a time, then you can keep your house in order as you go along. And hopefully you can get those in your household on board to help with the decluttering. When it comes to teenagers' rooms, office spaces, those kind of things, if you're sharing that space with someone else, you're going to need some cooperation there. Now, I've spoken before that when I first did my first declutter challenge, I want to say it was like, oh gosh, many, many years ago. I've done them off and on. And this is the first time I am just committing myself, and that's why I'm doing the YouTube channel, is I'm committed to myself to complete it entirely, even if it's painful, even if it's making me make some hard decisions on getting rid of things, because I can already feel in the 3 weeks that I've completed that there is less stress in my life. When it goes to cleaning those rooms, you know, on a weekly basis, where it's dusting and vacuuming and those kind of things, or cleaning the bathroom, if all my surfaces are already cleared off, then I'm not having to move things. I'm not having to spend so much time beginning to clean, let's say, the master bedroom by picking up clothes or by putting shoes away, or dealing with receipts, that comes in there. Like when my husband empties out his pockets, there's usually receipts from the day if he's purchased things at restaurants or stores, that kind of thing. So by having just a process in place, when it comes time to clean the master bedroom, I can do that in 10 to 15 minutes, where before it might have taken me an hour. Let me get rid of that phone call. So I just want to encourage you to just stay with the program, stick with me. If this is the first time you're seeing a video of the Declutter Challenge, then just join in right where you are right now. If you have drawers in your laundry room, go in and empty it out, clean it, and then put back in what's items you like. Most of the time there isn't a lot of items in your laundry room to donate, but if there's trash there, immediately throw it away. Only put back in things that you use. If you've switched laundry detergents because you found out you started having an allergy, because as we get older, our systems change. Sometimes we become sensitive to, for instance, any detergents that are primarily baking soda. But we still have that in our laundry room, but now we've gone on and are using a different product. Well, find someone at church, take it to church with you. See if there's somebody else who can use it. It doesn't need to be in your laundry room if you're not using it. That's the only thing I can say. Find a family member that likes that product, that kind of thing. So I encourage you to do that. Now, the other thing is that I was looking online, and I really didn't do well on this one, is it says 6 things that you should never store in your laundry room. And one is entertaining supplies. I don't have that. Food or pantry items. Well, I have a second pantry closet that is in my laundry room. Now, I don't keep things that would be sensitive to, like breads and things like that. It's canned goods. It's items that are in jars. It's things that are in Mylar bags, those kind of things. Paper towels and toilet paper. Well, I do keep paper towels there because there's no other place in my home to keep the bulky paper towels. It's cleaning supplies. Now, I used to, in my old home, I did keep the cleaning supplies in a closet that was in the laundry room. It's the only place it could go. Hobby items, decor. You can go on the internet and find different things that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. I say it's your home. You know where you have storage in your home. You know what items can go in different places. If you don't have any other place but your laundry room closet to put your cleaning supplies, then you do that. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't put them out on the back porch and then go get them. So you have to just make it functional. That's the big part of decluttering, is making the rooms, the drawers, the cabinets, the shelves functional, so that, like right now, I'm in the process of doing Sammy, our Doberman's, bed crate laundry. And I didn't have to trip over other clothes. I didn't have to search for the laundry detergent that I use for her. Everything was in its place. There was no clothes on the floor. In fact, the floor is clear. The drawers we did yesterday, so I knew it had my laundry detergent right there. So it made it much simpler to just go in there and do laundry. I'll get it out and it'll be going right back in her crate and it'll be done, as opposed to having to do other things in order to get that task done. The other thing I encourage you is, if you start a load of laundry, is to see it finished all in that day. I know when my kids were little, sometimes I would start the laundry at night. In the morning, I would get up, take it out of the wash machine, put it in the dryer. I would dry it, and then throughout the day, I would just kept hitting reheat, reheat, reheat. And it wasn't long before I started noticing that I'm wasting a lot of energy. Not only am I having to go back to the dryer and started up to heat up the clothes and that kind of thing in order to, so they're hot and, or warm. So it's easier for the wrinkles to get out and for me to fold them and put them away. I was wasting electricity. And then it just was something that was always on my mind, a task that just needed to be done. And now, again, I don't have small children anymore. Wish I did, but I don't. But now I try to do, if I start a load of laundry, I try to finish it that day and put it away. That's the other point. Saying all that to say this is a process. If you have drawers today in your laundry room, that's the task for today. So I don't have pictures because I'm not doing it. We did it yesterday. But get in there and stay on task with the laundry room and what's going on. Okay, so that's my rant of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed talking with you, and I just want to encourage you that we will get through these 91 days. There's going to be days that you too will have the task of the day. You won't have that area. So maybe you'll have a free day, or maybe you'll choose to go back and do a day you missed, that kind of thing. By the end of the 91 days, my prayer is that we all just have a less cluttered home. We're able to reduce the stress in our lives, the toll it takes on you to just have all this extra trash and garbage in your home. Those are gone. You receive blessings of donating items to local charity and thrift stores, or you've got a little extra jingle or cash in your pocket because you've sold that, that iron in this case that perfectly works fine. You've sold it for $10 or $5 or whatever it was, and now you got a little extra cash in your pocket. The first time just a short story here, the first time I did this challenge was I decided to call it she money. So it was like my payment for doing all this work. So if I wanted it, when I was cleaning out an area and I sold the items, then I would take that, and instead of just spending it frivolously, I'd either replace an item that was in that area. Let's say I didn't like my lamps in my bedroom. Well, I sold enough things that I didn't have to take money out of the family budget, and I sold things, and then I found the lamps I wanted. I purchased the lamps. Then I took those lamps and I sold them, and then I purchased something else in the home I wanted. So it was at that point that my husband kind of got on board that, not only is she selling 3 items and only buying 1, so we're reducing the clutter that way, but she's making money doing this. And I actually got quite good at it, to the point that I paid for cruises every year for my husband and I, and it never came out of the family budget. It was all stuff that was in my home that we no longer used, no longer needed, no longer wanted. And I was able to take that, turn it into cash, and pay for a nice vacation. So it's at that point that he really got on board with not only the home getting decluttered, but he got something out of it. He got a nice vacation that he wasn't having to think about, how are we budgeting for a cruise? How are we budgeting for excursions? How are we budgeting for extra cruise clothes? That kind of thing. So there's a point to that. I hope you got it. So, just stay after it. Whatever you choose to do with your items that comes out of your home. If you're not into selling on the swap shops and you don't want to have a yard sale, hey, that's fine too. There's many good thrift stores in the areas. Your area, my area, in all areas have good thrift stores that, take that money and help give services to those who are in need. So I encourage you to do all those things. And we all just doing the best we can. So I'm going to sign off now. If you have drawers, go ahead and go get those done in the laundry room. But until tomorrow, take care. Have a great day. Give a hug to your loved ones and tell them you love them. We're not promised any time after this moment right now. So give them a hug, and you'll feel that reward as well. So we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye now. Oh, and don't forget, hit the like and share button and let your friends know what you're doing and get them on board, and that way they can be an encouragement to you and you can do it together as well. Okay, see you tomorrow.